between the Palestinians and the Israelis remains to be seen. But right now, I don't think it's surprising that, at least in the initial stages, we will see violence of this kind.
And for more, we can speak with Gina Abercrombie-Winstanley, former U.S. ambassador to Malta, now distinguished fellow at the Atlantic Council. Ambassador, it's a significant day in this conflict. Where is your focus?
Yes, thank you for having me. Well, it is a day of celebration all the way around, certainly as the hostages are preparing to come out, and of course, the cessation of hostilities. But we do have to keep in mind this is the easy part, as difficult as it has been to get here. It's the easy part. And moving beyond that to those issues of disarmament, full withdrawal, and governance, that is where the focus has to be. And hopefully some good discussions and decisions can be made at this conference in Sharm el-Sheikh that's coming up from those who have to guarantee what the outcome is going to be for the second phase.
Are you encouraged by the talks that are going to be taking place? We've seen quite a few world leaders gathering in Egypt. President Trump will be there soon as well.
I believe it's necessary. It's difficult to say hope because there's so many complexities. This discussion you just had about the violence in the Gaza Strip is just another added burden for the people there and for the forward steps. You know, at some point, elections have to be held. The reality is that any level of governance of Palestinians does indeed have to include Palestinians. Any international overseer is too close to looking like a, colonial program again, a colonial, mandate, etc. So we've got to have Palestinians involved. They need to be identified. It is regrettable that Marwan Barghouti is not among those who's going to be released. He's a secularist, one who believes in a two-state solution, one who could rally and help unify Palestinians, and this is needed urgently.
And how do you see the role of Israel in this, and Benjamin Netanyahu in particular? How supportive of President Trump's 20-point plan is he?
I believe the expectation should be that Prime Minister Netanyahu will not be supportive at all. He has been very clear. We need to take him at his word, at his insistence. He said at the beginning of this war that he had fought for 17 years against the establishment of a Palestinian state. That is in point 19. It is not a strict point, but it is one that the world understands is the aim, is the end goal of this. Two states living peacefully side by side. And the expectation should be that the Prime Minister will do all in his power to prevent that from happening.
Ambassador, how do you see that resolving itself then? If Prime Minister Netanyahu is so adamant against a two-state solution, where does that leave the long-term plan?
Well, this is going to be up to Israelis and Palestinians. Hamas and the Prime Minister have proved themselves to have their leadership questioned, to be very diplomatic about it. Hamas has made an agreement. It will step aside from governance. That's not going to be easy. No one gives up power voluntarily, but that is something that does need to happen for the good of Palestinians. Israelis are going to have to decide about the future leadership. They've got 2 years and what led up to those 2 years of war to look at, to see how the Prime Minister conducted himself, protected them, supported getting the hostages home, and what he put in place that blocked retrieving the hostages, because we know the vast majority of them were always returned via diplomatic negotiations, which is what's happening now. So the Israelis have to make a decision about what kind of leader they want. Do they want to continue the cycle, this endless cycle of violence, or do they want to try a different way?
Ambassador, thank you so much for your thoughts. We'll leave it there for now. Gina Abercrombie-Winstanley, former U.S. ambassador to Malta, now distinguished fellow at the Atlantic Council. Much more to come. Keep it here.